Hello, everybody. So, with the Fantastic Four movie coming out, what better way to celebrate it than going over the Ultimates, very popular series right now by Denzel Camp, who's also doing absolute Martian Manhunter right now. Very good run. We're just hopping into issue 4. I haven't done any of the recordings for the Ultimates. If you guys want me to go over the Ultimates, let me know, and I'll do everything currently available. But yeah, let's just hop in since this is a special about the Fantastic Four in the new Ultimate Universe. Let's go into what is the new Ultimate Universe. During a run called Ultimate Invasion by Hickman, basically the maker escaped from our normal Marvel timeline and made a new universe called 6160, the new Ultimate Universe, where he had a hand in how the heroes were created. He basically just went through back in time, manipulated time, made sure that most heroes were either contained, taken control of, or just didn't exist or died. So this is all the heroes that have survived coming together inside of the Ultimates, trying to stop the Maker while he is in prison. I recommend reading Secret Invasion. I thought it was really good. I think it's only like 6 issues. It's not very long. I thought it was really good. It was a really fun read. It gives a lot of background about what's this new universe is happening. So let's just hop into Ultimates issue 4. This issue can be read multiple different ways. Each panel, as you can see, is kind of a different little story. So we have, what is the fourth dimension? Can anyone tell me? Reed, because he raises his hand. We have Reed, Sue, and the rest of the Fantastic Four inside of the space shuttle flying. Reed's telling Sue it's time to go. And then we have what our current Reed is, Dr.Doom, inside of this universe, is looking at the Fantastic Four as it should be. And then lastly is Doom talking to Anthony Stark, who is Iron Lad, not Iron Man. His father was Iron Man, who is in charge of the Ultimates. So going into this, younger Reed, Kid Reed, who is a genius, graduated and went to college super early, roommates with Ben Grimm, meets Ben Grimm. He's like, I guess we're roommates. He's like, I'm 13, but don't worry, I'm very mature for my age. Cutting to later in the future when they're on the actual spacecraft, Reed's like, I wish I had time to recheck my calculations again, but we're in the thick of it. We're inside of the cosmic storm. It's either now or never. Whenever you're ready, Ben. And then current Doom is looking at the Immortus engine, which is a time travel box, really, that Howard Stark made before he died in Secret Invasion. That's the secret to time travel. As we see, the Immortus engine is apparently off limits. You got that, Doom? And then Doom says, yeah, I got it. And Tony goes on, you missed another mission. We needed you. If it wasn't for America, Giant Man would be dead. Previous issue is Captain America saving America Chavez from the White House from Midas. The previous version of Reed is meeting Sue Storm for the first time. Susan Storm. We see the rocket then launch, and we see Doom holding the Immortus engine, using it. Then Tony is like, what happened to your hands? Why you didn't have these metal gloves before? And he's like, I injured them in an experiment. So Tony begs the question, what have you been doing, Doom? Doom then says, I suffer from periods of extreme despair. During these periods, it is as if I'm oppositely charged, lost in an all-consuming universe where nothing is possible. I call it my negative zone. And then we see Doom staring at the space shuttle going into space right before they reach the cosmic storm. And the previous Reed is talking to the gang. The world is ready for big, transformative ideas again. Isn't that why you put this project together in the first place? Isn't that why we're all here? With the readings we take from the center of the cosmic storm, we'll be able to see the universe in an entirely new way. We'll be able to see ourselves in an entirely new way as Susan watches and smiles. So this is a good point, is that the Fantastic Four are not really crime fighters, to say. They're mostly explorers. I mean, that's how they've always been, is that they do bigger missions. I mean, you read the Fantastic Four, they have a kid that's whatever. If he wants to be a mutant, he's a mutant. He can control reality. They go through different dimensions all the time. They do more than the average superhero like Spider-Man, Daredevil, all the street tiers, Tony Stark. They do way more than any of them. They're more concerned with bigger powers. But we see Reed talking to them on the spaceship. Everything's going wrong. We must have missed my calculations. Like, I must have messed up. And then Doom's staring at the TV screen, watching them. And then he talks to Anthony. I should try to communicate how I feel better in the future. And Anthony's like, I understand, but that's not a real excuse. Like, you have a job. You're on this team. If you want someone to talk to, my dad made me this thing. And he interrupts him. I'm working on Project 4. It's continuing as we discussed. And Tony's like, still? I thought we were done with that. Then sliding up, we're seeing past Reed Richards meet Johnny Storm for the first time, Sue's brother. He's like, so this is the new guy my sister won't shut up about? You're Reed? And he burns inside of the space shuttle as Doom is watching from a TV. Then we cut to meeting Franklin Storm, Susan and Johnny's dad. No, you've been spending money at an absurd rate. As director of this project, it's my job to bring you both back to Earth. And then we cut and we see that the shuttle has crash landed into the ocean. Doom is watching the TV screen of the past, watching it crash. And then Doom talks to Tony. I bend cosmic forces to my will, Iron Lad. Extra precautions are required to avoid unnecessary loss of life. Careful means slow. That's what you said you wanted, right? Then we cut to Reed back into the past again, meeting with a security team to get clearance. They're like, have you done anything in the last 6 months that would jeopardize your secrecy to the success of this project? It is the space race, so that's why. Then in the future, he talks to a general. You have just destroyed a $10 billion project. We're not exactly sure yet how to deal with you guys since of the secrecy of this nature, but good chance that you guys are going to jail for the rest of your life. And Franklin Storm's like, wait, whoa, that's my daughter. My son died. Cutting to Doom, he's talking to Tony. I've been working. Progress has been made, as you can see. The maker's work cannot be undone so easily. Then cutting to Ben from the past. Ben thanks Reed for getting him on this project. My grandpa flew planes in the big one against the Nazis, and my pop flew against the Eurasians. Thanks to you, I get to fly. And then we cut to him dead at the bottom of a quarry. Seemingly he kills himself out of the guilt of Johnny Storm dying in the test flight into space. Then we see Doom just shooting this TV, knowing that there's nothing he can do to change the past. And if he does change the past, it won't be the same. It won't be the same outcome that he wants. A big part of the Ultimates is that they have a file of all the superheroes, how they're supposed to be in the real universe. I can't really say real. In the current canon 616 universe is how they should be. So Reed, knowing this, knows what was taken from him by the Maker, who is another version of him from another universe. Going back to talking to Tony, I'm having trouble finding the correct composition and dose of the cosmic radiation. These mutations are highly unstable, and we see him testing on rats, giving them the Fantastic Four powers, but they are dying. We see Susan and Reed actually start their romance, but after the flight into space, we see that the cosmic radiation didn't give her the ability to turn invisible. Instead, it gave her cancer. Franklin says, I pulled some strings to get you here for her. She wanted to say goodbye. That stray cosmic radiation from your joyride, it tore her cells apart. There's nothing we can do but watch her fade away. Now hurry up. You killed my children, Richards. I curse the day I see your face. And he's handcuffed because it was his idea in the original 616 universe to just ignore everything and go onto that flight path because they had to for science. So now it's his problem. He's the only one left to deal with the guilt. So we see him in the past actually working on these calculations that he was talking about messed up. Very important. The Maker has Reed. Hello, Doom. Welcome to your brand new universe. And Dr. Doom is watching this on his TV from the past. The past is off limits. Doom going on about the rats to Tony. I've been studying cosmic energy all my life. You don't have the expertise to help me. And this is something I must do on my own. And then Tony goes on, don't be stubborn, Doom. We can't let your ego. And Doom stops him right there. The billionaire boy king, pampered since the womb, accuses me of ego. It is you who jeopardize the cause. Your arbitrary, irrational decision to abandon the Immortus engine in all of time. Then going back in time, we see that they're actually shutting down the project. You're wildly over budget, failing safety inspections. The board of directors doesn't see like how this is practical. And Reed, pissed, is like, they can't do this to me. And then he cuts to them in the time chamber. And it's a time chamber. Reed's facial hair and his white hair has changed. He looks more like the 616 version. But he asks, what's going on here? Where am I? How long have I been here? Has it just been months or a few minutes? The Maker is notoriously known for manipulating time. He did this in the regular Ultimate Universe as well. But he goes on, Doom, Doom, Doom. I control the fourth dimension. I can squeeze centuries of pain into just a few moments. I can make a single conversation last a lifetime. Then we see the Maker messing with the calculations. So they messed up their flight path on the trip into space, not because he miscalculated and didn't recheck. It's because the Maker went back and changed all of the formulas. Which, by the way, this is what Dr. Doom accuses Reed of doing in the regular Ultimate Universe, and that's why he became the way he was. So it's funny to see that he did this for this version of Doom. He didn't do it for the last one. But Reed's sitting on like a chair getting tortured. Please, there's been some kind of mistake. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not Doom. Meanwhile, Doom, while watching the Immortus Engine TV, is smashing that picture frame. Then Tony goes on, not this again. We killed people. We destroyed lives. And then Doom goes, how many have they killed? How many lives has the Maker destroyed? Tony goes, don't lecture me. I've lost. Doom interjects, nothing. You've lost nothing. You don't know the meaning of the word. Meanwhile, in the past, Doom is still smashing the TV of the Immortus engine. I like that the automatopoeia that comes out is Doom, like a bell. Going back to the past, they're at the bar, sitting there, sulking. This was years of my life, years of our lives. I will let them do this to us, not when we're so close. Are you guys with me? We're going to go launch that shuttle ourselves without their permission. Then we see Maker. I am the Maker. I do not make mistakes, as he's torturing Reed Richards again. So going back to the past, they talk to the dean. Susan's like, the dean said, no, we were supposed to be a crew of 9 people, but we need at least 4 to run it. And Reed, impatient, is like, can we have Johnny? The Maker goes on, you make mistakes, don't you, Doom? Mistakes that kill friends, ruin lives, mistake that blow up in your face. That's you, Doom. Meanwhile, Doom is smashing on the actual TV again, watching himself get tortured. I've always felt incomplete, that something was missing, even as a boy. When I read the Maker's files, I at least saw the shape of this absence. The knowledge of reality's incompleteness. It is an awful burden. Godel starved himself to death. He saw the world in a new way and couldn't stand it. It changes you, makes you into something you never imagined you could be. Meanwhile, the Maker, in contrast to Doom giving this speech about what he is, he goes, Doom is your name. I'm as sure of it as I am my own name. Everything you touch, everything you are, everything you love, all doomed. Accept this and be free. And then Reed asks Johnny to join on their mission, and he accepts. Ben Grimm's breaking in to the lab so they can actually go on their trip. Where'd you learn how to pick locks, Ben? I used to roam with a gang. What can I say? I'm very mature for my age. The Maker is experimenting on Reed still. He is like grossed out his face. Doom is what you bring. Doom is who you are. Now say it. Who are you? As Reed's pleading for help, our regular Dr. Doom, bloody hands all over the TV from the Immortus engine. So he didn't break his hands in an experiment. He did it watching over his own torture. Then continuing on his speech from before about incompleteness, I would tear down this whole world, stone by stone, to make it right again. But it slips through my fingers. So I'm trying things your way, Tony, for now. As he holds the mouse that's supposed to be the elastic version of him, slipping and sliming through his metal glove. Sue is getting a little cold feet, and Reed's like, "Are you still with me?" She's like, "Yeah, I think so." The Maker is like, "Who are you?" As Reed Richards is getting eaten by mice, tortured, his face is grossed out. Doom is staring at the TV. "I'm so sorry." And then Doom talking to Tony. "Never mind. When the mice stop dying, the Fantastic Four will return." And then he asks Tony to leave him alone. As Doom looks at the TV screen and tells it, "I'm trying." So we know that Doom he's watching over his memories and what happened in the past from the Immortus engine, kind of as like, this is what I should have stopped. Like, I became this thing because of the Maker. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix everything for us so that we can go back to being the Fantastic Four, like how we're supposed to be. And it's funny because Reed in the past says, "There's nothing to worry about, Sue. Once we've gone through the storm, we'll be heroes. I'm sure of it. There's no going back for the four of us. We're about to make history." And then Reed, the Maker Reed, asks, "So who are you?" As he stands up and goes, "I am Doom." And then our Doom says, "I will never stop. Please close the door behind you. I have work to do." As we see the mice die from their chemical or cosmic radiation imbalance. They didn't really make it that long. So that's the end of issue 4. If you want me to keep doing, or I guess start from the beginning of the Ultimates and then keep going on, I will. I got nothing better to do. But I recommend picking this up. It's a really good read. Denzel Camp's been doing amazing with this and with Absolute Martian Manhunter. I think issue 4 comes out soon, next week maybe? I'm not sure. But this whole Ultimate universe has been really good. I haven't read any of Ultimate Black Panther or Ultimate X-Men. That's about it. I need to read those. Ultimate Spider-Man's been good. Ultimate Wolverine's been really cool. It's been slow, but the art has been so amazing. I love Wolverine, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, it's a little darker. This tone. I remember picking this up last year when it first came out. I was so excited. I read it with my boss at work. So shout out to Joseph. Love that guy. But leave a comment, like, subscribe. I will go over more things. This is the month to do Superman and Fantastic Four. I just finished All-Star Superman recording today as I'm making this. So, yeah. Peace out.